Hey guys, current energies check-ins for the weekend. I say, hey guys, he starts wagging his tail. I know, Baba, but that's not for you. Your name is not Guys. Your name is Blue. Hold on, why do you have hair? I think I pulled that off the table and now it's in your mouth, huh? Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Blue is here. Cosmo. Zaz is there, watching the birds. Kai is over there sleeping in one of his little favorite spots. Maybe he'll wake up till the end and you'll see him. Felix is in the perch outside. You're not going to see him today. And Juno was eating in the living room. So just these three today here. Oh, my baby. And let me do something else. It's a little hot. Okay. But it's cold outside. It's cool outside. It's cool outside. Man. I love Dreamland. I would be there every day and every night. What the hell did I dream last night? Well, not last night, this morning. Because last night, yes, too. But then this morning, I'm missing it. Because I was supposed to wake up at a normal human time, which would have been, oh, hummingbird. 6 a.m. I woke up the first time. Hi. 6 a.m. I woke up the first time. I thought, it's a little too early. Because Juno went from one side to the bed of the bed to the other by stepping on my bladder, and that was my activation. That was like, oh, I gotta go. She usually catches me, well, I feel her somehow in my sleep and I turn so that she doesn't step on my bladder, so that I don't have to wake up immediately. But she did, and I did. And then I considered that's too early. But by the time I went back to bed for a couple more hours, it was 8:30. So by 10:30, I was like, okay, we need to get our shit together because this dog needs to go OUT. The cats were sleeping. Well, no, Kai was by the door. He was like, come on, dudes, what are you doing? The girls were sleeping. But I don't remember, I remembered it, that 2-hour frame in the morning. I remembered it, and it was chaotic. It was whatever. But like the one dream that I had a couple of nights ago that was super, super interesting, funny but not, was that I was surrounded by the people I know in this lifetime, right? Friends, family, whoever. Some that are still here, some that have passed. So they were all there. And through it all, I remembered all the past lives that we interacted, that we were everything. I knew everything. And I was kind of looking at all of them and I'm like, nothing? Like, you guys don't remember shit? Nothing. And it sucked. It was fun because I'm like, I know everything. But it sucked too. So I kind of woke up a little bit disappointed, a little bit upset because nobody could remember. I'm like, you don't remember what you were to me like 5 lifetimes ago. No. So that was a fun dream. As we were kind of going through life, and then they couldn't remember shit, but I could remember everything. But yeah, interesting dreams. What are you doing, Bubba? You got toys? You got the cat's toys? Yeah? Yeah. You playing? We're playing with Felix's birthday toy? Yeah, we are. Yeah, so that was the one. And this morning I can't remember. I remember the one before where I was at a concert. Somebody came up to me and then they got kind of stuck in their tracks looking behind me, and I looked back and there was a spaceship. Super fun times in dreams. And then I don't remember what happened. Did I go? I wonder if I went with them. Anyways. But that's it. That's what I got. Pretty much everything I got. I think we have a fledger in the house. Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple of... We got the parents, and I think we got a couple of little babies that are being fed or taught to fend for them. Speaking of fledgers, oh my god. One flew right in front of my car. And by the time I figured out it was a fledger, it was too late. Because I'm like, this bird can fly. But it landed exactly in front of my car. So I swerved as much as I could to not get into an accident myself, like last minute. I wasn't driving fast or anything, but you know, you could drive 5 miles an hour. It's still, because it was traffic. It was almost bumper to bumper, but I don't know. I felt like crap the whole entire day. A couple of days ago it happened. The whole fucking day I felt like crap. And I even, once I turned on my street, I even came back around and went back to the crime scene to see if it was there. And I thought I saw it, but then that same afternoon, went grocery shopping and came back home, and I drove through there and I didn't see any sign of any fledger. So fingers crossed. I think I will never, well, I may know. See, in my dream I would have known. I don't know. I may never know, but fingers crossed that I didn't. Because if I hit that little guy, he's dead. Like, there's no chance in hell. Because I saw the mama and the little fledger coming, and the fledger just kind of like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it's like, fuck. So fingers crossed. I had a crappy day all day anyway, but fingers crossed that he's fine, you know, doing his thing and learning to fucking fly, not in the direction of cars. But yeah, we got one in the house here, where the parents are teaching him or her to, I can't tell, because when I came this morning they kind of went on the fence, so they were too far to be able to tell if it's a baby girl or a baby boy. But anyways, yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, that's it. Why do I have food? Cat food. Is it cat food? We hope. I don't know. It's a little dot of something. But yeah, that's about it. We're good to go. Ready to do this. Current energy check-ins for the weekend. I'll be looking into each sign individually by elements, earth signs, fire signs, air signs, and water signs. It'll be quick, to the point, no clarification. Whatever comes out, comes out. No extended for the Friday videos. I'll be looking into where you're at energetically in regards to another energy, which could be that of a person, a situation, whatever you got going on, where the other energy is at in regards to you, where the connected energies are at, and then I'll be pulling some cards from the universe for each of you. Timestamps will be in the description box below, in the comment section, on the play bar, and they will not work properly until after the premiere of this video. This is pre-recorded. What else? Roles can be reversed. All of that jazz. Bloopty. Bloopty. He's like, what? You were just licking your ass. What do you mean, what? He's like, who, me? Yeah, you. Go to sleep, Baba. I know you're not used to being in this room for more than 5 minutes, but you're okay. Mama's here. I just hear a little nose. I don't even see your eyes. Anyways. Earth signs. Capricorn. Oi, 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 oi. This looks like a nasty breakup or something. I'm not sure if that's what's happening, but it sure looks like that. At least the energy you're carrying towards something. The Five of Pentacles, the Devil, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, and you're the one that's doing something here. Not nasty necessarily, but like I feel like you're the one that's coming through with an energy of, well, I'm done here. I'm done. Maybe ending something nasty. Maybe ending something unhealthy. I don't know. But yeah, you're the one that's coming through with this oomph of, I'm done here. Okay. The energy attached to you, the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Queen of Wands. Well, this energy isn't done. You may be done, but they're not. They're still kind of showing up here as, we're still doing this. We're still here. Okay. For the connection, the Temperance card, the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Well, this is showing up something like, almost like there's not much wrong here, but I do feel the need to move along, move away from this. Like, I'm done here. I'm done with this experience, It's not like something is horrifyingly wrong and I have to, end this otherwise. No, it's kind of like things have been okay-ish, but I could just need something else. Okay. Let me see what the universe has. From the universe, you get the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups. Yeah, you care for whoever this is, but it's you keep on coming through from the get-go with the sense of, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. So it's almost like cutting something off here because you gotta do this, but you do care about whoever this is, and kind of painting me a picture of not much is wrong, but just this needs to be done on my end. A strong sense of moving on, Okay. Alrighty then, but that's it. Moving on to Taurus. I just remembered because my muscles here hurt, and I forgot. I told you guys last time, me and my brother, after banging into some neighbors' cars with our golf skills, we decided, okay, we're taking it to pros. We're gonna go play, and I did. I forgot to mention that. And it's fun. It sucks watching that. Like I wouldn't watch it if you paid me, but like playing it, it's actually fun. I lost like 10 balls, but don't tell anybody. King of Swords, Five of Wands, Ace of Swords on your side. You're very driven here, very assertive. You might get into maybe some disagreements here with somebody along the way, but you're very, very concise and very, look, this is how it's going. It's not controlling, but it's kind of like putting your foot down and almost showing up bossy. Maybe you need to be in a situation, but it's not necessarily controlling. It's just very assertive and very clear, which might give a sense of, whoever's like at the other end of you right now might be a little intimidated by this energy. It's like, whoa, but again, it might stir some things up here. So it's not, I don't know what you're doing. You're doing something with this energy. You're either saying something or doing something, and you might stir some things up. Because I feel, because of the perception, this energy that you're dealing with is a little on the softer side. So they might take this as aggressiveness or, and I think they might be even scared or responding in such a way that they perceive you to be, which is bad, I think you're scaring whoever this is off, but that's not the intention. The intention is, hey, I just need to be clear about something. And that's how you're coming at this, but they're coming at this as, uh-oh, Taurus is mad. So, okay. Which is not the case. I don't think is the case. But anyways, the energy attached to you, the Four of Cups, the Hermit, the Knight of Wands. Yeah. Whoever this is a little bit upset. What happened here? Something happened, though. I think you're not meeting halfway here. I think you're not on the same page when it comes to if there's a little bit of conflict in the middle there, and I think that there is, but I think it's a misunderstanding because the way you're coming at something is very different than the way they're coming at something. And it's like if you were to tell them, hey, I'm upset because my flowers are dying off, and they're coming in saying, hey, but there's so many flowers around. Da, 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 da. So they're not acknowledging that you're upset about your fucking flowers, not that there's other flowers around, that, you know, look at the bright side that there's other flowers. No, I'm upset about my flowers. You know what I mean? So it's like you're bumping heads in there in the middle where you're not, you're almost looking like you're not speaking the same language. You know, you're not acknowledging each other for what it is that you're actually saying. And that goes both ways. So I don't know what this is, if this is a friendship or someone you're working with, but you're just kind of passing one another in, you know, in what you're trying to reveal to one another. But anyways, for the connection, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Six of Cups. Yeah, it's complete confusion, complete, like you're just not there. You're just not meeting halfway. It's just not working out. Not for now. Maybe usually it does. Maybe you have just a little bit of faith. Maybe it's always been like this. I don't know. But you're just not on the same page here. And I think you're trying to be. And I think you're coming through as something like, I don't know how much more clear I can be here. And you're right. You have quite the clarity, but still, no. From the universe, you get the Hierophant, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Swords. But you're invested. You know, you're like, okay, well, we'll keep on trying. We'll keep on trying. Maybe at some point we'll view things from the same angle. Okay. I think it's someone you're working with, or again, a friendship, but it's not that big of a deal, but it could get to like an explosive type of a, hey, don't you get me? No, I don't. I hate you. It's not there. But anyways, moving on to Virgo. Huh. What's under me, Blue, if you're there? A fucking toy. I stepped on something. And I'm like, it's fluffy, but it's not blue. On your side, you get Eight of Swords, a Ten of Pentacles, a King of Pentacles. You're worried about something. It's something that is around home. But you're worried about something. But you're kind of giving me a sense, you know, it's the usual. The usual shit around the house and things like that, or around work. Okay, so it's nothing in particular. It's just the usual that you would usually worry about, apparently. The energy attached to you, the Two of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Magician. Ooh, this is where the magic happens. Whoever this is definitely the type of getting shit done. When there's shit to be having to be done, this is the energy that's coming in and saying, okay, I got this. But right now, there's a little bit of, excuse me. Well, now it is you. May I help you? May I help you? Right now, there's a little bit of, it's not the inability to get shit done. It's the, where do I start? You know, where do I start? When do I start? So they have a little bit of a bumpy start to getting shit done here. If there's anything to get done, they're having a little bit of a bumpy start, you know. But I think eventually it's still getting done. All right, for the connection, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's almost like a delay. Like things are getting done. Things are getting taken care of, but with a little bit of delay. And the end result seems to be the same. Like, oh, okay, you know, as long as it's done, we're good. Everything's good here. So there's a little bit of a pause, a little bit of delay before anything gets done here. Okay. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Two of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Wands. Fucking scammers. I'm tired of them, man. Do they not? I don't want voicemails. I want them to go away and rot in places that don't exist or exist. Two of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Wands. It's just, there's just a delay. I don't know. I kind of see a lot, like what's going on right now is running a lot through this energy that's attached to you. So it's like, if they decide, okay, let's go for a weekend somewhere, you're going to go. You know, it's not that you're a follower, but I think that right now, under this tone of what this is, that they're running the show, you know? So, but like, they're delayed. They got bumpy starts to things. So even if they say, let's go somewhere for the weekend, they might start going there Saturday night. You know, where it's like, okay, you're a little late, but okay, yeah, sure, let's do this. And come back on Sunday morning or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? So they're a little delayed. Oh, that's why you might be stressed out. Like it's the weekend. Aren't we going? Yeah, sure, we're going. Hold on. You know, there's a hold on to this whole thing. Anyways, moving on to fire signs, Aries. Oh, Cosmo went to bed. Okay, so we're dealing with a commitment here, and it's basically how you're dealing with it versus how somebody else is dealing with it, the other side. Okay, so on your side, you get the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. You're kind of like, I don't want to work on it. I just don't. But apparently you're hurting yourself by doing that. So I don't know how that goes exactly, but your rejection to working on something here again brings more pain than anything. The energy attached to you, the World card, the Tower, the Two of Cups. They're definitely feeling like a cycle is closing down. It's mostly crashing down in the way they feel it. But they're not necessarily telling me more than that. They're just kind of giving me a sense of this cycle is like crashing. For the connection though, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Temperance card. This connection has been hanging in the balance for a while now. So right now is just how each of you are navigating with this. The fact that it's kind of hanging by a thread and in the balance there, and it's, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's working on it, because apparently you don't want to. They're like, oh my god, this is crashing. So I'm assuming they're more like in panic mode a little bit. So I don't see anybody doing anything about it while this connection is just kind of, you know, dangling in the wind there. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles. There is somewhat of progress that's being made here. Now, I don't know over what. Over this connection moving forward? Over the dangling? Is like, is someone kind of pushing it over the edge. I don't know. But there is something moving forward as far as this experience goes. So some things are happening, but not sure in which direction, because neither of you seem to be participating here. And this connection, as I said, it's very sensitive at this moment in time. So, but that's it. Moving on to Leo. Aw. Juno's going in the farmhouse that this little one destroyed. I think she stopped destroying. This is the second one, because she destroyed the... No, they all did the first one, but she put an end to it. They have like scratch board, farmhouse types things. Yeah. And she ripped through this one, but she didn't completely tear it apart. So now Juno's going inside. Alrighty. On your side, you get the Page of Cups, the Magician, the Sun. Okay, you're manifesting here, and you're in a good place to manifest. Your energy is super nice, not over the top, not low, just there, steady in a good place, and you're just manifesting happiness, in all honesty. So pretty cool energies. The energy attached to you, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Emperor. This energy feels at a loss. I do believe they are dealing with a loss. But they kind of feel a little bit at a loss. Like their energy comes through as super strong, super, you know, but like they're kind of in their head about whatever the hell is going on through this loss of something, potentially having to do with their stability. For the connection, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. Yeah, there's a strong sense of independence throughout this dynamic. There is a soul connection at play here. So you're attached to somebody, they're attached to you somehow. They're at a loss because of a loss. And then there's a strong sense of independence built here. It's already in place. Okay. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Wands. I think you're not 100% agreeing on something. I think you're very close to agreeing on something, to seeing things in the same way, but because I do see communication, and I do see a pretty nice flow to that communication, but there's one specific criteria that doesn't really, it doesn't come together well. There's one specific part. I think it's how you view this whole situation, this soul connection, you know? I think it's how you view it versus how they view it. You know, the expectations you have versus the expectations they have based on how your perception over it. I think that's where the little... You're almost close to seeing it the same way, but you're not, really. Okay, so there could be issues there, but for the most part, it's looking pretty nice, even the energy exchange here. Except for that part. But that's it. Alrighty. Moving on to Sagittarius. Another scammer. How many? In less than an hour. 2? Okay, wait for it. Go yourself. Go. Why are they bothering me? I never bothered them. Why would they bother me? Anyways. Because they can't help it. That's their job, to scam people. Where's my Fledger? Is that it? Anyways, Sagittarius, I said Saggy, right? Ooh! On your side, you get the King of Swords, the Moon, the Five of Pentacles. You want to be done with something, but it's kind of secretive, or you... No, you're clear that you want to be done with this. I'm not sure what the Moon is doing there. It's kind of keeping all of this under a secretive veil or something. Like it's like either you're not telling anybody that you want to be done with this, or the way you want to be done with this is by maybe just being done and disappearing, you know, out of the situation completely. I don't know. There's something secretive about this being done. But you're clear about being done here. Because the energy attached to you, the Devil, the Hierophant, the Five of Wands. This is a very unhealthy energy within itself. I think it's the kind of energy of there's something unhealthy about the way they function, about the way they especially attach to others. And I'm not sure if they're seeing that right now, because I think there is some sort of acknowledgement. It's like, I don't want to hurt you with who I am, or something like that. That's kind of how they're showing up. Because I see something very unhealthy attached to them, but in this case especially, they want to keep it to themselves. Like, they don't want to spread the poison, you know? So either this interaction with you made them realize that there's something unhealthy to them, and that would be a good thing, because maybe they're going to want to work on it, but they definitely don't want to harm you with it, you know? I see them keeping it contained, or trying to is best put. Yeah, I'm not sure how successful they are, but they're definitely trying to not put this poison out there towards you, especially. Because for the connection, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups. I feel like the desire for honesty and openness is definitely present here. You know, if this is something that they have discovered, let's say, about themselves, like, hey, I feel like I'm toxic, I feel like I'm, you know, I'm very possessive, or very jealous, or very addictive, or very, who the hell knows, all the things that they may have seen through this interaction with you, they might actually be honest about those. They might be like, hey, you know, that's just who I am. I'm not the best person in the world. Which, again, that could be a good thing that they have those realizations, because maybe they're going to work on them. But it's something that I don't think you want to be dealing with it. That's why the Moon is on your side. It's like, I don't know if I want to be by your side while you deal with all this crap, you know? Because something unhealthy is definitely coming to the surface for them. And because it's so visible and so potentially felt, you don't want to be dealing with that. And again, there's a sense of openness and honesty in the energy exchange that I see in the connection. So hopefully, you know, it can be kept that way. Honest moving forward. From the universe for you as the final advice, the Seven of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I think if there isn't honesty here, that's the time in which you just turn your back to this whole situation. And if things open up in a more honest way, no matter how painful, no matter how nasty they may sound, you might be willing to open up to this, you know? If it's not going to show up as honest, I think you're shutting it down. Interesting. It's a pretty tricky dynamic, that's for sure. But that's it. Moving on to air signs, Libra. On your side, you get the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the King of Cups. I like this combo for you. You got a pretty nice combo of energies here. Like when it's time for the shit to get down, the shit is getting down on your end. You're like, okay, let's be taking care of shit here. When it's time for a little chill, a little fun, a little, you know, you're doing that too. When it's time to acknowledge things around you that may speak to your heart, you're doing that too. So you got a good package here of energies that keep you quite present, quite nicely open to what's going on around you. So that's nice. The energy attached to you, the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, they're feeling quite defeated, but I think your energy helps. You know, I think you're kind of creating space for them to feel what they're feeling. I don't know if they're going through something specifically right now, but they're trying their best to keep their spirits high. And I think your energy, again, helps. Just you being you. You know, you don't even have to interact if they're not. I don't know. Again, I think this is someone close to you that may be going through a little bit of a tough time or something, but they're really trying to bounce back up. And you being there, doing what you're doing, I think helps. For the connection, the 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the High Priestess. Yeah, you're doing good here. I don't know. You're giving me such an easy way of just being. You're kind of like, you make it look so easy. You're like, I'm just doing the best I can, you know? And I'm just trying to keep it all happy, keep it all good, keep it all, you know, because that's what my intuition is telling me to do. Okay. Super nice. Good. To keep it fresh, keep it going. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Death card, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. Yeah, something might have happened here around you, or especially to this energy attached to you, but there is a sense of a loss or death or something. And I get the sense that you're just trying to boost the energy up rather than taking this in that whole, you know, oh my God. It's kind of like if someone passes, you would want to do for them a celebration of life rather than let's all cry and be sad, because that's okay too, to be doing that. But in honor, in their honor, you would like it like more hyped rather than let's just cry and be sad today out of all days, you know. We'll just have a party for you and then we'll cry at home or something like that. So it's like you're the one that's coming in with let's boost it up, while the energy seems to be a little bit on the lower side, because I don't know if this is a like actually somebody passing or if this is just a loss on somebody's end, that they would still take it as, you know, sad and down. But you're not gonna allow for that energy to bring you down, bring the party there or something. Cool. It's just different perspectives, you know, over something, and you carry the one that lifts the vibration, which is super cool. But that's it. Moving on to Aquarius. Don't you love when cats kind of, you know, curl up in a ball and then they put their paws like this? They're like, I don't want to I don't want to see anything. I just want to sleep. That's Kai over there. He's got the silliest positions out of all of them. And then they stretch and they fucking adore them. Here we go. Oh, the yawning part. Oh man. Oh, I knew I saw a nose or something on this side because it came over here. Hi, Bubba. On your side, you get the Three of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot. You've been very driven and very determined here. You're pursuing some sort of goal. And you've been doing it for a while under this energy of super, super, super clarity and determination and almost stubbornness. Like, no. We're going to get there no matter what. We're going to do this, you know? The energy attached to you, the Page of Swords, the Devil, the Seven of Cups. This energy is more like flu, like whatever, you know? I'm not sure if you're pursuing the same goals. I don't think so, because if you were, I don't think they would be by your side with this energy. I think you have your own goal, and this energy wants to tag along. You're like, okay, cool, you know? But I'm not sure you're relying on this energy, because it's like, no, this energy is too, you know, they could be here for 5 minutes, but then they get bored. The way they're showing up is like, okay, thank you, bye. You know, for the connection, the Ten of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Oh no, you do think you're on the same page. You should be on the same page, and you're not. Oopsie. Oopsie. I don't think you are. I think you think you are. I think they think you are. The way you're pursuing something here is absolutely opposite of the way they are. Not to say that they don't want this, sure, they do, but not with the same drive and even stubbornness as you. For them, it's like, with or without whatever this is, it would be the same. For you, it's like, no, I want this. I fucking want this. You know? So, maybe it's about a couch. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're like, this is your dream couch, and they're like, yeah, sure. You know, and then a month later, you don't find the couch in its place because they got bored of it. And it's like, what the fuck? This couch was supposed to die with me, you know? I don't know. But, from the universe, you get the Page of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Lovers. Is this something new? Like, it feels fresh. It feels like maybe you're just kind of trying to figure out if you are on the same page when it comes to stuff. You know, like, do you view things in the same way? Do you perceive things in the same way? Bigger things, smaller things? I don't know. Because it feels like something that's kind of just flourishing or, you know, something like that. Okay, so maybe it's discovery time here. Maybe it's that. It's not looking like bad. It's just looking like, you know, in certain aspects, you're just not, your energy is not showing up in the same way. If you're pursuing the same major goals here, you're actually not. You know, if it's about a couch, you might not find it in the living room a month after you bought it together. I don't know. Because they're like, I'm bored. Next. You know, I don't know. But anyways, moving on to Gemini. On your side, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. You're a little bit, but this almost looks like a light type of a decision, even though it is around your stability. You're looking pretty. Oh, okay, yeah, I know where we're going. I know what. Let's say you're going on a trip with someone, and you're like, okay, I got everything together. I know exactly where we're going, what we're doing. I got the map. I got everything. I know how to get us there. Like, everything's in place. The only thing you may not know, let's say, is if it's going to rain, do you need a jacket or not? Or should you take the umbrella or not? So it's something small like that, where it's like, I don't know. But everything else is in place. So you're good. You're all set for something here. It's just a little, do you take that rain jacket or the umbrella? The energy attached to you, the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, the Hermit. Okay. This energy seems to be quite in place with everything. If they're packing up the sandwiches for the road or things like that, it's all done. It's done. You're the only one that has a little bit of a question mark there. They don't. No question marks here. They got it all together here. For you, for them, for whatever this is. For the connection, the Eight of Cups, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups. There's something missing, though. And it's not the umbrella or the rain jacket. There's something missing. What is it? Because, for the most part, in the bigger picture, everything looks good. Everything looks in place. Like, you're going and doing this together. You're good. You're set. But, there's something missing. For you? Yes, I think for you. You're not feeling it. You're not in the mood to go on this little trip or something, then don't. You know what I mean? You're not with it. You're not. Something is missing. I don't know. And I'm not clarifying, so I can't tell, but I think for you, something is missing here. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Page of Cups, the Hangman, the Seven of Wands. Yeah, and it's not like, maybe you're just not in the mood. It happens sometimes. Because you're telling me, look, nothing's wrong here. Things are good. Things are okay here. Things are, they're not the best, but they're not bad. So I can't complain. But I don't think you're in the mood here. I think you're just not feeling it or something. If this is about, a common goal you have with someone or a trip or who the hell knows. You're like, I'm just not in the mood. And I can't tell if it's one of those that, okay, you're not in the mood, but once you're there, the mood is gonna, I can't tell if it's one of those. I don't think so. I think it's one of those that you'll go even without being in the mood. So, anyways, and that's it. Moving on to water signs, Pisces. Alrighty, on your side you get the Justice card, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Hold on, let me take a look here. You're going from one energy to another and quite fast, and I can't tell if that's just you or if that's kind of the influence of this too, or a little bit of both. I don't know. But one minute you're showing me, oh my God, everything's awesome, everything's going to be amazing, everything's great here, and then the next minute it's like, oh, okay, it's done. I'm done here, or whatever. The energy attached to you, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. They're quite unstable. They're not, and they've been not stable for a while. Maybe it's from, I think you're just you keep on bouncing off of one another. You know, these energies of, oh, okay, then now things are good. Oh, okay, now they're not. You know? Yeah, it just bounces off. Is this a friendship? It's like, oh, we're friends again? Oh, we're not. Oh, hold on. No, we're not. Oh, yeah, I think we're cool. Yeah, we're cool. No. Yeah, it keeps on bouncing up and down and up and down. And none of you are giving me anything like, what's going on here? We don't know. For the connection, the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, something happened at some point that created this bounciness to this dynamic. But ever since, you're not connected much, you know. In the physical, at least, there's a bouncing on and off and on and off like no tomorrow. Where it doesn't really show me an actual progressing dynamic here. So, let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The 7 of Wands, the Hermit, the World card. There's no definitive answer to, there's no conclusion to whatever this is. I think you may believe there is, or they may believe there is, but no, there isn't. I think deep down, you just don't want this at all, based off of this on and off and bouncing in and out and all of that. I think you don't necessarily like that, so just based off of that, you may not even want this at all. You just want to put this behind you and let it just crash in there and whatever, you know. But you're not doing that. You're not putting it behind you either, so you're leaving this, whatever this is, open as well. So this stays like this, apparently. Open and bouncing, you know. Well, that's it. Moving on to Scorpio. Alrighty, on your side you get the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess. You're very driven here, pursuing something. You're getting a little tired along the way, but not yet to the point of, okay, you need a break. No, it's just your energy has dropped quite a bit since you first started pursuing this. But you're still high up there in energy. You're still following your intuition. So, you know, as long as you listen to yourself, when you do need a break here, you're good to go. But hold on. The energy attached to you, the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Why are you the only one that's driving this car? They're not even in the passenger seat. They're waiting at a rest stop down the road. So they're why are you driving here by yourself, where it's, or are you going in their direction and then you'll start driving together? I don't know. I see just your energy moving in here while their energy is kind of on hold, but they're showing up something like, I'll show up later. Okay. For the 8 of for the connection, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Oh, okay, so yeah, there is okay, so this is based off of teamwork, so it should be both of you here. Maybe they are too, but maybe they're unavailable right now, and you're the only one that's, you know, maybe you're showing up as doing more because you didn't work today and you're cleaning up the house to be in place and nice and neat when they do come back from their work. I don't fucking know. Yeah. who the fuck knows? But it's nice energies. It was just a little problematic initially because I'm like, why are you the only one investing here? And they are too, but later, but then I see it in the connection. I'm like, hold on. I think they got it. I think, they know what's up. Okay. Yeah. From the universe for you, the Emperor, the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. Yeah. Well, to you at least, you're giving me a sense of, it does feel like equal give and take to me. Where maybe sometimes I put in more effort because they're unable to that day, that time, that experience. But then they do the same for me when it's, when the roles are opposite there. So I think as long as you're perceiving this as being healthy and, evenly distributed, then we should be good to go. And you're telling me, yes, I do. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy where things are at, especially in that energy exchange here and the equality in that. Okay. Cool. And that's it. Moving on to Cancer. Baby girl, where'd you stick your nose? You gotta clean your face, huh? Let's see, Cancer. On your side, you get the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups. Ooh, this is like, oh my god, I want to text them. Oh, I'm not gonna. When writing that text and it's like, send, it's like, and you delete the whole thing. That's kind of how this one feels like. Like, I want to say something or I want to do something and I want to, but then, nope, I'm not gonna. There's all these blockages along the way here. Like, the energy is flowing nicely, but then you disrupt it, or they disrupt it, or somebody disrupts it. On their side, the Empress, the Hangman, the Ten of Wands. It becomes a guessing game, for whoever this is. Because it's like, if you have something that you want to say, just be honest about it and direct about it. Because if not, it turns into, oh, so are you keeping them guessing? And I don't think you want to do that. I don't see that intention on your end. But that's what it becomes on their end. It's like, how am I supposed to know what you're thinking or what you want to say or what? So to them, you're, I don't know what to call it. Let's say indecision or just blocking yourself becomes a guessing game for them, which they don't like, by the way. It's looking to be an unnecessary disruption to the flow here that's supposed to exist in this. For the connection, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of showing up as, hey, let's start over. From now on, when you want to say something, say something. If you want to be expressing a certain thing, try to be as clear as possible about it, and, we'll do that. So there's like, okay, there's a chance for restoration here in which we don't have to turn this into a mind game, into a guessing game. We can just be direct about things. We can be honest about things. So that's what's given in the connection here. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice. The High Priestess, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Things are looking pretty good, energetically speaking. There's this little hiccup here, that somebody's starting, but that's not even the intention of, hey, let's disrupt the flow of this. That's not the intention there. I think the intention is, hey, I want to be as, in tune with the flow as possible. I don't know if it's your fear getting the best of you. Like, what if I say too much? What if I do too much? What if? I think there's a lot of what ifs around the disruption that I see here. Which again, in turn, goes to the other energy as a guessing game. So what are you trying to say? You know? So, you seem to be a little upset. I think everybody is a little down because it's turning into something that it shouldn't. You know? If we remove the fears of the what ifs in the way there, I think the flow would be nice here. You know, it would be honest. It would be, hey, I'm writing a text, send, goodbye. You know. But anyways, that's it. That's what I got. Where's Blue? Is he under me? Is he behind me? Oh, he's behind. Should I wakey? Alright, let's see if he wakes up. To have him say bye. Come on, baby girl. Oh, Juno's at the door. She wants in. Fucking Blue's right here. Hold on, Bloopsy. You wanna go get Juno? Let's go get Juno. Oh, you're getting heavier and heavier each time. Okay, baby boy. Hold on. Cosmo, what are you doing? You go to Sister Juno? What's your Sister Juno? Hey, sleepyhead. He looks so big on camera. He's not that big. Like you guys see. Well, he's not small, but he's not... Cosmo, that's my coffee. He's not super humongous. You know? You wanna play with your brother? Yeah, you do. That's their thing. Every night. And, yeah. She's... Oh, I know he stinks, huh? We were outside. So he stinks like doggy, outside doggy. Oh, babies. Babies. I like how she licks him and then she does the cat thing of... But why you hot? Because we have the heat on in this room. And he just sits there and takes it. And then sometimes when he's really like super frustrated because she's just non-stop if you let her, you could hear a little especially if he wants to sleep. And then he licks her in the ears. Yeah, they do that every freaking day and night. Yeah. Oh, my babies. And Juno, may we help you? What's up, Bubba? You done? You done? You want to go see the squirrels? Oh, Juno's right here. She didn't come to say goodbye. She came in the room and she's sitting down by the table. You want to lick me too? Yeah, I know you do. You're like Kai. The dog is cooler to play with, to fuck with, huh? Because he just takes it. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.